Former coworker. We've been friends now for 2.5 years. We are intimate, but he does not want a relationship. Why? All right, so let me get this straight. Let's just put all our cards on the table for a second. So, former coworker. So you've been working with each other, I don't know how long, but for a little while, right? Throughout that time, I'm sure you guys have built some sort of level of trust with each other, friendship with each other, right? And then after, I'm assuming since you said former, then you stopped working with each other, and you just maintain and continued being friends. So you've been friends. So I'm assuming what that means that you guys probably do things with each other. So you guys go out for dinner, to the movies, to a concert. That you guys what I mean, help each other out with certain things. You guys are always there to listen to each other, talk about your days, about things that are going on, right? Like typical what friends normally do for each other, right? So you have established that with a person for the last at least 2.5 years. I'm assuming that it's been 2.5 years of you being friends and not working with each other, and maybe a few more years, right? And I don't know how long you've been working together, but a few more years or maybe a few more months of you working together. So you've known each other for years now, at least 2.5, 3, maybe more, years. Now, more recently, I'm assuming you have been intimate with each other. So it means that you guys are sleeping with each other, right? So instead of answering you, why would he not want a relationship? I'm going to rather flip it upside down and ask you, why would he want a relationship? And I'm not trying to be smart, right? I'm just going to tell you very simply, right? So again, the reason why I wanted to lay my cards on the table is because I wanted to make it very obvious that this person, right, is already getting all the benefits of being in a relationship with you. He has that foundation of friendship, so he can call you up at night and be like, hey, here's what happened to me today. Can you listen, right? And you probably would. He can call you up and be like, hey, you know what? My car's broken down. Can you come pick me up, right? What friends do for each other. He can maybe ask you, or you would be willing without him even asking you, to come help him with things like his business, or maybe, advice on life, on career. Maybe you're helping him with, I don't know, maybe you'll come to his place and you cook for him, and all of these things that normally we would do for each other if we are friends, right? So you have that foundation of friendship, but you also have the intimate portion, right? The physical intimacy components involved in that entire relationship as well, right? As far as, anyone's concerned, right, really, is that person is already getting, right, all the benefits of being in a relationship with you without having to assume any of the responsibilities that come with that relationship. And they have been enjoying these benefits, right, for quite some time now. I don't know how long. You haven't mentioned exactly, and how long have you been, intimate with each other, but I'm assuming it's been a little while now, right? I mean, I don't think it's something that just happened within the past couple of weeks or so. So you've been giving someone freely, right, all of these benefits of being in a relationship with you, the foundation of friendship and, companionship, that you can do things together, and you're here to listen to them and help them with certain things throughout their lives, and also sleeping with them, right? Let me ask you a question. Why would you think that person at some point would, wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I'm having this amazing person in my life that's doing all of these amazing things, for me, with me, right? Why would, and before I say the rest, like, it's not because they're a bad person, by the way. This is just like basic human nature, right? If a person is happy with the current situation, they have no reason, they have no urgency, they have no incentive to, again, wake up one morning and be like, all right, so I'm getting all of these things. Let me change that. Let me have a conversation and potentially, risk losing any of that. Let me change the status of our relationship. Let me be in a relationship with her. Let me tell her that I want to be in a relationship. Again, as far as he's concerned, he already is, getting all of the benefits of being in a relationship with you. He just doesn't have to assume the responsibility of potentially, being exclusive to you alone, right? And saying that, will not potentially pursue other options. Again, if he's not obligated, if he doesn't have to make that decision, if it doesn't come with, any sort of incentive, right? Because usually it's the other way around. People meet, they start getting to know one another. In the process, they're potentially getting to know other people, which is completely fine, right? That's what dating is all about. And as you date each other a little bit longer, you're like, you know what? I don't think that I feel too aligned with this person. So you kind of let them go, or they let you go, and you do it with the other person as well. And eventually, right, you find someone that you really want to, invest in a little further. And before you really put all your eggs in that basket, usually we start having certain conversations, certain agreements that even come without the conversation about exclusivity, about being in a relationship, right? About commitment, right? And at some point, once we are on the same page that we want the same things, right? That our goals in this relationship are exactly the same, that both you and I, right, after taking the time to get to know one another, have both decided that we want to be in a relationship, in a committed relationship with and an exclusive relationship with each other specifically. Now we open up and allow each other to, take advantage of all the benefits of being in a relationship with each other. But if we skip all that and we just go into, hey, here are all the benefits of being in a relationship with me, and you know what? We don't even have to take any of the responsibilities that come with it. Obviously, we've been doing this for a long time and nothing has changed, right? Why would he wake up one morning again and just say, you know what? Let's change something with the risk of potentially losing that, right? This is someone who basically gets to live, right? And has, the best of both worlds. He gets you to be his girlfriend to a certain extent because he's getting all the benefits of, all these girlfriend benefits. But at the same time, he doesn't really have to take the responsibilities, the boyfriend responsibilities, right? Things like commitments, things like exclusivity, etc. At any point, if he finds something better or whatever, he can just easily go that. And again, don't blame the person that is enjoying all of these things. It's human nature, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, to enjoy the things. If someone, again, whether you're a man or a woman, is just giving you something awesome, here are all these relationship benefits, and I'm going to put them on a nice silver platter for you, and I'm going to hand it over to you. You would be not human not to accept it, right? So don't automatically just blame him. Oh, he's been taking advantage. No. Make sure that you have a difficult conversation and you take accountability for yourself. Make sure that you stop giving relationship and girlfriend benefits to people you are not in a relationship with. And you'll find very quickly, right? A lot of people are going to, fall off, but you'll finally meet someone who wants what you want with you specifically. But at this point, after having been giving someone something for such a long time, for years potentially, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for you to turn back on that and say, well, let me take it back now. And now if you want this, now you're going to have to give me something in return. It's going to be very difficult. And most people will rebel against that. And it'll be very difficult to change that. I'll give you an example, a very, very simple example. I don't know how many of you watching this have kids, right? But if you have young kids, try this experiment. And maybe after you hear the entire experiments, maybe you'll avoid trying it. But if you give your child, let's say, right, every day you'll give them candy. So they come to you, let's say your child's, like 3 years old, right? And they come to you and you give them, a piece of candy. And they come to you the next day and at the exact same time, you give them another piece of candy. And, the third day they forgot to ask you, but you still come to them and you give them a piece of candy. And you do that, let's say, for 30 days. On day 31, I can guarantee you 1,000% your child is going to come to you at the exact same time and be like, all right, where's my candy? Right? They're gonna take, you know what I mean? They're gonna put their hand out and they're gonna wait for that candy because you have taught them to expect that, just like you have taught him to expect all of these benefits because you have been giving it to him on a regular basis for a long, prolonged time now. Right? So your child is going to ask you for that. Now, if you try to explain to your child, from now on, if you want that candy, you're going to have to, pick up your toys, or you're going to have to do certain things, right? They're going to fight you. They're going to really dislike you at this point, right? Because you have taught them that they are there to expect this for free. And now if you want to change that behavior, they have to do something. They will rebel against that. For a very, very, very long time. It's going to be very difficult for you to really change that behavior. The same applies in these situations. And I don't want you to learn the wrong lesson here. I'm not giving you this example because men are like children. The same exact principle would work with an adult. If you took an adult, right, maybe your friend, doesn't matter, your employee or whatever, and you gave them $100 every day you see them, and you do that for 30 days, and then you stop and you tell them from now on, you'll have to do something for me in order to get that $100, they're going to rebel against you as well. They're going to expect that to be given for free, right? So again, it's not a question of like, why would he not want a relationship with you? It's more so of a question of why would he want a relationship with you? Because again, he's already getting everything that comes with that. You're just not getting that, the responsibilities that normally he should be taking with him. But again, I don't want to say it's your fault, because it's not a question of like your fault, his fault, or whatever, but it's about you learning from this experience and learning that you have to take accountability for the part that you play, right? And that if you don't want people to take things for granted, you should stop giving it to them for free, right? And I'm not talking about the fact that, dating is like some sort of like a calculated exchange, right? But people have to earn certain things in order to receive them from you. And that's true for both, romantic situations and relationships and otherwise, right? We don't just give because otherwise things would have no value, right? If I would treat a person on the street the same way I would treat my girlfriend, I think that both would have a problem with that eventually, right? So people have to earn a certain level with you, a certain level of just trust and closeness, right? And certain benefits from you. So again, very difficult to change at this point. If you have been teaching someone over a very long period of time that this is what they're going to be getting from you, now trying to change that is going to be very difficult. So in the future, I would really recommend that you be very strict with yourself about setting very specific boundaries about what you want to engage in and not want to engage in. And if you want to learn all about boundaries, right? Because a lot of people kind of feel like, I have boundaries. I know what boundaries. I tell someone whether I don't like something. That's not what boundaries are. You need to be very clear with yourself about what your goals are and then set boundaries, not for the other person to follow. You never have to tell them, hey, this is what you need to do or not do in order to like win me over or get access to me, right? These boundaries are for you. So if you want help with defining what it is that you need and you want very clearly in your life right now, and how to set these boundaries, how to have consequences to these boundaries, and also how to communicate these boundaries, right, to other people and people that you're dating with, check out my course, Dating 101, Master the Art of Modern Dating. It's by far my most popular course. It's a 4-week program that not only includes 2 follow at your own pace video courses, so it includes the Dating 101 Master the Art of Modern Dating course, which is a 4-week drip course. You're going to get content on a weekly basis for 4 weeks. Also, as a bonus, it includes full access to my Texting Mastery video course that's going to give you all the ins and outs of texting at the early stages of dating. So if you often feel like your relationships are not really going anywhere, or you start conversations that just fizzle out eventually, or you feel like at some point the conversation just becomes really, boring, and you feel like it's not going anywhere, and you feel like you want to know what to say in order to progress the relationship and really start seeing each other on dates and in person and really grow things into an actual relationship and not just this pen pal ship, right? Check out that course as well. It's included in my Texting 101 course. And most importantly, the course right now includes 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with me directly, so we can talk about your specific situation and relate the course material to what you're going through, to some of the questions that you have from your specific experience, recent experience, dating. I'm going to put a link to that full course in the description of this video. Or if you have any questions about my program and you would like to ask me directly, just check me out on Instagram at Dating by Lion and shoot me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to guide you towards a program that's best suited for your needs. I'll see you guys in my next video.